This is episode number 244 of the Middle Country Public Library podcast. Hello and welcome. Sal DiVincenzo here with my fabulous spooky colleagues, Spooky Sarah Fade
Hey.
and Nicole First Blood Rambo. How are you?
Great.
Okay. It is Spooktober here at the podcast, and back by popular demand. I'm laughing, popular demand.
Sal's popular demand.
Yeah. Back
Sal's
by
demand.
My demand. Because these are fun. I gotta say, these are fun episodes to edit and add stuff to. But it's our spooky stories telling, and we're gonna have some. We're gonna have Nicole and Sarah read a little spooky stories from some items that we have here at the library. Isn't that great?
That looks like the movie that we watched.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Birthing babies out of her head.
The Movie Men.
The Movie Men, yes. Which we'll put in the show notes if you want to see a horror film this October, because it is spooky.
Yeah.
So Nicole and Sarah will read some stories for you to get you in the mood. How's that sound? Okay. Now, Sarah, you picked a couple here, it looks like.
Yeah, so we have a very nice collection of short stories. And actually, there's something for everyone in this collection. Romance. I saw a little short storybook on Civil War stories.
Oh, for Jimmy.
Who knew?
Yes.
History. And horror.
Very
So I
good.
picked 3 out of the many that is available. So I'm not going to, obviously, I will only read one little piece of one short story. But there's Masterpieces of Terror and the Supernatural. It's a treasury of spellbinding tales old and new. And then there is this one, Poe's Children, the new horror for anthology, edited by Peter Straub. And there's stories in here by Neil Gaiman and Stephen King. And so it's pretty good.
Heavy hitters.
And then Nicole has one.
Tiny Nightmares. Very short tales of horror.
They're like 2 to 3 pages each, so that's really bite size.
Yeah.
So,
Very nice. Sarah is going to read us a story.
okay. I'm not going to read the whole thing because this short story is a little bit longer because it is written by Neil Gaiman. So it's called October in the Chair.
And this is meant to be a taste, right?
A taste
of a story.
Right. And he says it's written for Ray Bradbury.
Oh, for Ray Bradbury?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, it's like dedicated to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay,
I
ready?
love Ray Bradbury.
I know. So that should give you a little bit about the theme.
Man, that cover is freaky and creepy.
It reminds me of like 7-ish, right? October was in the chair, so it was chilly that evening, and the leaves were red and orange and tumbled from the trees that circled the grove. The 12 of them sat around a campfire, roasting huge sausages on sticks, which spat and crackled as the fat dripped onto the burning applewood, and drinking fresh apple cider, tangy and tart in their mouths. April took a dainty bite from her sausage, which burst open as she bit into it, spilling hot juice down her chin. Bishrew and circular on it, she said. Squat March, sitting next to her, laughed, low and dirty, and then pulled out a huge, filthy handkerchief. Here you go, he said. April wiped her chin. Thanks, she said. The cursed bag of innards burned me. I'll have a blister there tomorrow. September yawned. You are such a hypochondriac, he said across the fire, and such language. He had a pencil-thin mustache and was balding in the front, which made his forehead seem high but wise. Lay off her, said May. Her dark hair was cropped short against her skull, and she wore sensible boots. She smoked a small brown cigarillo, which smelled heavily of cloves. She's sensitive. Oh, please, said September. Spare me. October, conscious of his position in the chair, sipped his apple cider, cleared his throat, and said, Okay, who wants to begin? The chair he sat in was carved from one large block of oak wood, inlaid with ash, with cedar, and with cherry wood. The other 11 sat on tree stumps, equally spaced about the small bonfire. The tree stumps had been worn smooth and comfortable by years of use. I think I'll stop there.
Sarah, you had me at sizzling sausages.
I know. I wanted to be like, that does sound good. Apple cider and yummy sausages.
Nice.
So as you can tell, it's the months.
Yeah,
and
sitting
they're all
around,
personified, and they're having some sort of meeting. And October is at the helm, so what could possibly happen?
I like
And
it.
if you want to know more,
Yes.
take out the book, Poe's
Take out the
Children.
book.
It's called October in the Chair by
Yes.
Neil Gaiman.
And we will put that in the show notes. So if you have a Middle Country Public Library card, you can click on the link and reserve your copy today.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us the titles of some of the stories in this other anthology that you
The
have
Masterpieces of Terror and the
Yes.
Supernatural.
here? What do we have in there as well?
Okay. So we have the first one is Dracula's Guest by Bram Stoker.
Mm-hmm.
We all know, right? The Bottle Imp by Robert Louis Stevenson.
Oh, these are all the classic guys, yeah.
Yeah. Transformation by Mary Shelley. And they're short stories. Then we have Moonface by Jack London. Death in the Schoolroom by Walt Whitman.
Oh.
Wow.
I know. Tennessee Williams. And then we have The Christmas Banquet by Nathaniel Hawthorne, who is from Salem, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Music of Eric Zahn by H.P. Lovecraft. Riddles
Wow.
in the Dark by J.R.R. Tolkien.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is Rizpah by Alfred Lord Tennyson. So these are all masterpieces.
It certainly are.
What's
Yeah.
the one with the Damian Gray or something like that?
Dorian Gray?
Dorian Gray, yeah.
Yeah.
Absence.
Wow.
Yeah.
H.P. Lovecraft is in there too, so
Yeah.
it's like a nice mix of styles.
Yeah. So this is more like old school classical. Peter
Yeah.
Straub, this is like new. Like, you know, this was some minutia. That is like really new.
Very new, yes.
Yeah. So you have a little bit of something for I would take all three out.
Cool. All right. So Nicole's going to read from the Tiny Nightmares.
Tiny Nightmares.
It's a tiny book too.
Tiny book.
It is a tiny book,
Tiny book.
physically tiny book.
Yes.
Also short stories. We will put it in the show notes for you to take out.
These are, yeah, like Sarah said, very, very short stories.
So,
So
yeah,
I'm reading
which one are you going to read?
Parakeets
Okay.
by Kevin Brockmere. Not long ago, there lived a man with 3 pet parakeets. Did you have birds? Did you have pet parakeets? My grandma had parakeets.
Yes, we did have a parakeet
Did
in
you?
my house.
I feel like that was a common animal. Actually, a common animal.
My
Did you have-
dad was like super into birds. As you
Yeah.
guys, I don't know if anybody knows this, but like when I grew up, I had chickens and oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the big bird. With the
Turkey,
no, turkeys are mean.
Pheasant?
goose.
No, peacocks.
Oh.
You had peacocks?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, I don't.
So you had a
So,
bird.
but he always had a cockatoo.
Cockatoo.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Cockatoo, parakeets, finches. My my stepmom had finches for a while. Anyway,
The
could you
birds-
hold them? Because I don't understand the point of them.
I don't know. They just fluttered around, and they were. When I used to go to my dad and my stepmom's on the weekends, I used to sleep on the pull-out couch in the living room, and they were in the living room too, and they just annoyed me. That's all they
Yeah.
did.
Well, my father's bird, he would. My father had this like whistle that he would always like this tune, and the bird would mimic him.
Oh yeah.
So he was smart.
They're smart. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
and it was-
cousin had an African gray. Those are real smart.
Oh well, they live. You have to put
Yeah.
them in your will.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So that was cool.
you don't want an animal that outlives you.
Yeah.
My mom has a dove.
Oh.
Oh,
That
I didn't know you could
is
have those.
maybe it's she got it from Petco. And
Yeah. Yeah. Not in like an
I
illegal
wanna
way. Just like I didn't know it was.
say
Put in a cage.
26 years.
is it an indoor dove or
It's an
should you keep
indoor
it-
dove, yeah.
Oh,
27 years maybe.
see, forever.
Yeah, forever.
They live
yeah.
crazy.
so long.
They live very long. Still alive. Still
Oh.
doing the thing.
Yeah, like
likes
he-
to feed, likes to eat, likes to drink and just make the noise.
Is it your mom's buddy or is it like affectionate?
It was my sister's originally,
Oh,
and she gave it to my mom.
Mhm.
And no, it's just kind of like there,
Yeah.
kind of like part of the family, just like hanging out.
Birds.
So now we're gonna hear
Well,
a
not long
a
ago,
nightmare.
this man had
three parakeets.
3 pet parakeets. The first apparelled in jewel tones of green and yellow, the second with a blue brow that faded into a creamy purple breast, and the third an albino with a beanbag-like belly. Every day, from dawn to dusk, their chattering permeated the man's sunroom, all blonde wood and arched windows. It was the most calming space in the house, his sunroom, but for a single perplexing defect. A frigid patch against the back wall, roughly the size of a water tank. How was it, the man wondered, that even in high summer, at 3:30 in the afternoon, when his shirt was pasted to his back with sweat, he would feel an alarming chill whenever he passed behind the sofa and to the immediate left of his credenza. Sometimes, walking in or out of the room, he would pause before he had emerged from the temperature well just to appreciate the sense of disorientation it caused him. 2/3 of his body warm and comfortable, yet the ice lopping off an arm or a leg, a slice of his foot, the escarpment of his shoulder. One day, the man was polishing his hardwoods when, to assess a section of the floor, he moved the bird cage into the cold patch. A silence enshrouded the birds, their feathers flattened. Whether through tiredness or simple absent-mindedness, the man neglected to restore the cage to its spot in the corner, and by the next morning, when he returned, the perches and wires were covered in a verdigris of frost. As he approached, the parakeets stood at attention. Try as he might, he had never been able to extend their vocabulary beyond a few basic words. Birdseed, not now, pretty bird, night-night. Yet now, so quietly he would not have heard them if the air conditioner had not clicked off. The first bird said, "I don't know where I am." And the second said, "I deserve another chance." And "The wind here is so bitter and it never stops," said the albino. The man felt as if someone had emptied a breath onto the nape of his neck. A marshy smell rose from his armpits. He had always enjoyed riddles, even insolvable ones, but there were riddles and then there were riddles. He instructed himself to move the cage back to the corner. Do it, do it. But the cold of the copper bit his fingers to the skeleton. He flinched. He backed away. Without thinking, because he had said it so many times before, he asked, "Who's a pretty bird?" The parakeets eyed him with a daunting directness. "Is someone there? Will you speak up? Let us out. Come closer. I can almost hear you. Come closer. Come closer. Let us out." Between the bars of the cage, everything was green and yellow like the grass at daybreak, or blue and violet like the last brush of the evening, or fat and white like the sun pinned in the sky, until he reached for the latch and the darkness rushed in.
Whoa.
Possessed parakeets.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder what will happen.
Wonder what will happen. You'll have to take out Tiny Nightmares.
Well, we don't
No,
know.
that was
find
the
out.
end of it.
That was the end of it?
Yeah.
It's tiny.
It's tiny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do they just...
Well, he let them out.
Yeah, but now what happens? Do they become the people that they were? Are they just possessed parakeets flying around annoying people?
Annoying
I don't
people.
think so. I
yeah.
think
They
once they're out of
can.
that little area,
They'll go back to being parakeets?
yeah,
Wow.
they'll be like, night, night.
So,
So it's just when they're in the cold spot that they're possessed?
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
fly out of a cold spot and they're parakeets again?
Yeah.
like,
That's scary.
Well,
he like puts him in his hand. He moves. Is like, please don't move. I was like, please don't. I need. So Nicole, what other stories are in this book?
Let's see. I can give you some titles. One seemed weird. Well, I mean, a lot of them are weird.
I was
but
gonna say there's some international ones. So
Doggy Dog World.
Mm-hmm.
But these are all like horror is not my genre, and also I think these are newer
Yes,
authors.
yes.
So that one's by Hillary Lecter. Lone. Oh, they come in. I'll tell you the like
Sections?
themes.
Yes, yeah.
So we have heads, hearts, limbs, and viscera.
Oh wow.
So this one was in the viscera
Okay.
category.
Mhm.
So yeah, but then there's
Very
head,
cool.
hearts, and limbs as well. And then there's these little drawings, like I guess after each like section, and the one did look like the movie.
there are creepy drawings.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Nicole.
Yeah.
And thank you, Sarah, for reading your books this
Sure.
spooky season.
Are you gonna add in bird sounds?
I will.
Okay, good.
Yes.
And in someone eating sausage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sizzling sausage.
Yes. If you're listening to this episode, you should have heard sausage and birds. Sarah, why don't you just quickly tell us what patrons can expect if they come to the library and they're looking for a spooky movie? Where should they look?
Oh yeah, so both children's and adults have curated a bunch of age-appropriate horror and or October themed,
Right. Yeah.
Halloween themed movies. So an adult, it is actually in our new.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's not like new, but it's new enough. Area near the large print section. It's on a cart with, and they're labeled appropriately as Halloween flicks or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And then I think in children's, it's
Yeah. So our books are on wherever there's this like round display. That's where we put all our like seasonal books, and then back by the DVDs, we usually have a cart or two of the seasonal DVDs. as
yeah.
well.
Cool. Now, is there a movie that you watch every October, like last week we did the movie chat. We talked about Hocus Pocus. A lot of families watch Hocus Pocus every Halloween. But is there one that you have to watch? Because they're like for the holidays, their movie. I have a list of movies I have to see. Elf
like Christmas.
Yes, so Elf and and all these guys. So is there a Halloween movie that you watch every year, like clockwork? You got to watch it before Halloween's over.
Well, the two that I made you watch, The Thing and Alien.
Okay.
I watch those.
Okay.
And then now it's like I like to branch out, so I like to watch new horror or horror that I've not seen. So I'll watch those too, and usually those are on. Like, so I'll just catch them on, or they'll be highlighted. So I'll be like, oh, cool. Classic, my favorite. But then I do like to see new and scary movies. Like there's this one I saw. It's called Baskin, and it's a horror movie, and I should make you guys watch it. And it's crazy. It's if you like crazy horror, watch this. And it's foreign, so you'll have to don't dub it. Just watch the subtitles. But it's crazy. yeah, that one was nuts.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what about you, Nicole? Do you have like a no?
We were like looking for something to watch the other day, and because like at this time they'll put, like Sarah said, like they'll put up movies. You know what I mean, similar, and like Practical Magic was
okay.
That's not horror.
It's not, but it's nice.
But it's a Halloween-y.
But you don't like horror, and neither does Steve.
Yeah. So and it's romance, which I do like. But it has the witchy.
I have to make you guys watch something. I'll make you guys watch Baskin. Steve will hate me forever.
Why does Sarah always make us watch these ones before bed?
Towards the end of the month, I always watch Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
because it's kind of like that crossover. You know what I'm saying?
Can I
that
tell you
crossover.
I loved that when I was little. That was like my movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw that twice in the movie theater, and I fell asleep both times.
Did you? Okay, that's fine.
It was so boring. But I do like Tim Burton. Like Frank and Weenie.
I haven't seen that yet. No.
Oh,
Is that one meant to see? Should I watch it? This.
I mean, it's
spooky?
cute.
Spooky?
It's cute, but it's black. It's a black and white cartoon.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Thank you all for listening to another episode during our Spooktober. If you want to listen to older episodes or read our show notes, it's our website, mcplpodcast.com. Hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe. We'd love that. And comment below and let us know what your favorite spooky movie is. And maybe we'll do a movie chat for it.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much for listening. For Sarah Fade and Nicole Rambo, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. We'll see you on the next show.